Stream Center is coming online.
Going to co-cast with the Mahmoud the Camel Thief. I need to pump up his volume just a little bit. Alright, Mahmoud, try to speak something.
Hello, people.
Yes, thank you. That's good shit. Okay, so today it's going to be question mark against BLUFOR. This one is going to be an interesting one. People are currently joining on the server. I'm still holding my screensaver here in the stream.
Today on the stream, from what I understand, Frontly is going to be concentrating on the big picture gameplays, and I'll try to concentrate on play by play on the individual level, on the ground level, and try to capture cool moments. Together, we should have a total picture of what's going on in the game, and maybe some relevant commentary to go with. Each team has picked a very, very risky time for gameplay. Saturday evening at 8 usually is not a time when Finnish people open the beer bottles and go blackout drunk at all.
Usually.
That being said, I'm not sure if BLUEFOR really needs the handicap. They've got some really good shooters in FFO and FA as well.
Yeah, I have to say both of them have really good shooters.
Looks like the Finnish question mark team to go over sort of the basic what's happening in the map that we're playing today. What's the layout of the flags? How's things? Usually
Yeah, I'm going to drop my screensaver soon, or the scene, to the game. Actually, I might as well do it now, because not everyone is in the server. I'm gonna swap the layout just a sec. All right. Now you people see what I see. I'm currently standing on the Russian side, main, right here. And today's layout is going to be an interesting one. This is Fool's Road skirmish. And Russians' first flag is mine entrance. After that is ridgeline. In the second we can get there, pop up some guidelines where the capture zones are. And the capture zones, you need 2 guys to start a cap and 1 guy to hold a cap at least. So that's going to be today's format. And yes, here we go. Main entrance right there. Second one, ridge line. After that one, it's going to be train station. And the train station is the middle cap. All the fighting, I suppose, is going to happen between train station and ridge line. At least the map balance pretty much says it all. And obviously, if the Russians are stronger, you have login site, and after that, the US main and US side first flag is going to be OP Fortress, and same vice versa.
It's going to be very
And as you,
interesting to
yep,
see this sort of a layout where the flags are so close to each other, so it's going to be the whole game is decided on that small area.
yeah, I have to say those middle flags are pretty clamped up, and there is not much room for hesitation after you start losing train station. The snowball effect is real, and you need to be careful what you do with your time for time being. And as you can see, the ridgeline and the login site capture zones are pretty small, but the train station is quite significantly bigger than the other caps on the either side of the train station.
And actually, that being said, the map does leave a lot of room open for flanking and actually doing flanking without being seen. So I'm expecting both teams to be going for each other's fire bases. US team has an interesting, maybe a slight advantage with the fire base having logging site against the corner of the map. You can have maybe a little bit
Yeah,
more
that is
security on the
completely
fire
true.
base.
Yeah, security of the ridges, obviously it gives the Russian side a little bit more room to work with different strategies to come up with the solution to capping logging site, because obviously you can man up the ridges and it's going to be one living hell to get out of there.
Yes, the south ridges on this layout are really deadly. Like, getting a good marksman and a good machine gunner up on those south hills on either side will make a huge difference into who has the manpower to push for train station.
Yeah, as you can see in my screen now, I'm looking at the southern ridge line, and it's the views in the southern ridge line is like there is nothing else than this. You can see whole cap points right here. It's amazing. But yeah, on the other side, we go to the ridge line. If the US side is stronger on your behalf, then you've got a couple options right here. There is this one ravine that you can move forward pretty unnoticed and get to the ridge line pretty easily. Obviously, it means that the Russian side, you need the spread around cap point to secure it, and it's gonna take manpower.
I've
But yeah,
also now enabled the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about and the ridges here on the lower left and lower right of my screen. I guess in a sense you could technically call this one huge cap zone where you have three segments, because basically when you step off one you're ending up on another very soon if you go directly from cap to cap.
alright, BLUEFOR is starting to get to the server. Obviously, the question mark is here already, as you can see. Let's review the player list. everyone, because we have time before the match starts. Okay, so I'm gonna pump up your voice just a little bit more. It's currently 100%. Try to speak up, Mahmoud, just a little bit.
Making noise for the sake of making noise.
Yeah, thank you. Just mumbling around. Okay, I hope that helps just a little bit before the match starts.
I've also noticed I may have quite ambitiously gone up with the resolution of my stream, and so if there is some cutting in the stream, sorry about it, buddies. There will be a recording tomorrow or someday in the near future.
At least at some point. But yeah, I have to say, this is quite interesting layout. Just because of the room, there's basically everywhere you go, there's going to be room. Because it's only 20 against 20 players, so 40 players in total.
The low player count also makes for a huge difference in, how would you put it, changing the momentum of your team. Having the focus in one area, then suddenly needing to push, for example, a flag or switching from attack to defense quickly. And with low numbers like this, you might have to leave a very low number of guys on the defense to get that attack flag. And so it's a consideration of attacking and defending all the time.
Yeah,
With
you need to
larger
make some
squads.
compromises.
Yeah, with larger squads, you could maybe even get away with some less reaction time or a longer reaction time and less reaction in overall. But with low numbers like this, every single man makes a huge difference in the totality of the picture.
Every man counts, as you say.
Yeah, every man definitely counts.
But yeah, that being said, tonight is going to be Finland against the rest of the world, basically. Question mark contains from Finland, and BLUEFOR is going to be focused on NA, as you can see with the ping. There is a couple of European players there also, by the looks of it. We got some couple mechs here. Mechs here and before. Ain't no easy cake. Today, nothing is gonna get given free.
As per usual, with everything technical, I think I'm also having slight connection problems with my internet service. And like I said, if that is the case on the stream, then stuff will be viewable in the recording. I have to admit, I'm expecting or I'm hoping to see a lot of good shooting. The way I see it is this is two very good shooting teams, and while yes, there will be game deciding movements by the teams, I think one of the more entertaining parts of this will be to see two teams that can shoot very well crammed into a small place and see who comes out on the top.
Yeah, this is going to be some kind of a slaughter fest. Bloodbath. Okay, so here we can see OP Fortress being the first cap of US. Probably today it's not going to be the day that they are going to fight here, but as you can see, it's still there. Then it's the login site, where we have the dangerous points on the southern ridge line, and obviously in the west also, but the west is just a little bit more far away for the Russian side, so you might want to consider that as not that good of an opportunity to get the overwatch to the lock-in side. Obviously, there is more distance to cover, but still the visuals here are pretty good, as you can see. And then we come to the middle flag. Right here, at the southern edge of the map, we have train station. Train station, we have a couple of good buildings here to set up FOB. Also a hub. I'm not going to hope too much that we are not getting mortars up, but it's a slight possibility just because of the small distances between the flags. There is the trucks mating season. Yeah, let them be.
Congrats! Nailed those suckers!
Semmonen autokoulu.
Voitettiin. Nyt voi lähteä.
Joo, hyvä peli oli.
Okay, I'm quite nervous, I have to say. What about you, Mahmoud?
For some reason, I'm not that nervous, but I think it's not because I don't care. It's because I don't actually know how these teams will compare to each other. It's not been for a while we've seen this group of Finnish people playing with each other against this coalition, so or these people of this coalition. So it's going to be an interesting combination.
Yeah, I have to say. All right, let's put up some cast squad. I'm just waiting for the squads to be built up. I don't want to cramp myself in the middle of the squads. Okay, probably they are all set to go. Let's go here. All right, we are alive, guys. I'm so excited, I have to say. Been waiting this for a long time.
Looks like the Finnish team is going with a very progressive squad layout. They have a lot of smaller squads. And they're definitely going to push for that area control with all those rally points.
Yeah, the rally points are really to consider. It's just a little bit different on this side, though, I have to say, because BLUEFOR have only 3 squads. It is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, and they have huge.
Ota kaaseeli, oot sä pelannut sitä komman roolia aikaisemmin, sä voisit periaatteessa ottaa sen vaikka. Voinko myös ottaa tässä? En mä muista.
Looks like
Ei voida, meillä ei ole tarpeeksi. Ei pysty.
Niin joo. Niin joo. Ei sillä väliä.
Surprisingly, they're going to utilize the shitbox. 2 trucks in the shitbox in the opening, leaving 1 logi in main for reserve, I guess.
In the BLUEFOR side, we are going to roll out with the AMRAP and two basically full lodges. And they are also saving 1 lodge behind. In the chat just a little. Command radio is so loud. It's just a little bit different when you're on the ground and everything is exploding just right next to you. You can't hear anything unless your volumes are up.
And
Oh,
here we go.
okay, everyone is to south from. Okay, pretty roll out. At least the shitbox is leaving so much room. The lodges just because of the slow movements. And by shitbox we mean this MTLV, which is using the machine gun on top. Okay, back up with the shitbox on question mark side, and BLUEFOR side they left 1 guy behind.
Looks like
There's Cine.
the
Okay,
Finnish team.
this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, the question mark ready, but what is BLUEFOR's MRAP is going to the ammo? Probably some kind of a flank. We have to come back later. Okay, we have 2 fobs behalf of the question mark and 1 fob on the BLUEFOR side. And as you can see, we spoke with the Mahmoud just a second ago that the fighting is going to happen
Laukaks.
in station.
Päin
We
fokusan
were
nortiin, meikä
both
puskee
wrong.
suoraan edes.
Happen between the logging site and train station. Okay, we got here.
The Finnish team are making first call outs for enemies below. They did not come into contact with the guys on logging yet, but both BLUEFOR.
Kaseeli kanssa vauhilla vaan ralli mahdollisimman pitkälle.
12.
Yeah, and the BLUEFOR is advancing from the western flank also with the question. Okay, we got contact. But I have to say, good spread on either
Niitten
side.
saltti on ihan auki.
Tippu toinen.
Couple casualties here and there.
Onko meillä mitään tässä
Actually,
train station
question
lipu?
mark is loggings.
On siellä 1 Jannu.
Niin, 1 Janttu riittää.
Testistä ampuu.
Taking
Taking
fire, obviously.
Ralli.
Okay, as you can see, I was talking about the AMRAP going to the eastern side of the map through the ammo wheel. Not quite sure what they are up
Meneekö sinne treenille joku käpilistä?
at this point.
Laittakaa
we
joku
just
sinne sille
enjoy.
väliin. Mun squadista ei kukaan pääse, kun mä pusken tän login.
Pohjoissa on aika paljon tulossa porukkaa.